The gift, yes.
Yes, the gift is the present.
Listeners will be like, what did she say? I know. It's so
Quite
popular.
something like that. Something like that. Welcome to A Cup of Tea with Bree, where I get to know some of North Queensland's most amazing parents, incredible business people and inspiring characters. Now, this week's guest is a wellness coach supporting employees in being their best despite their workload and other responsibilities. As we all know, it's a big load out there raising a child as well as raising a family. And I think my favourite line is we're all expected to work like we don't have children and parent like we don't have work.
Absolutely.
And it's very tough for the parents out there. So please welcome the amazing Sophie Anderson. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Awesome to be here today having a cup of tea, and I'm glad that we matched the pink.
It's good, yes. I do love pink.
Yes. I love Pink the musician. I love Pink the colour.
That's right.
It's great. So Tell me, we want to get to know you today. Tell me about your childhood. Where were you born? Tell me about your siblings. Tell me about your life growing up as a child.
Well, I am French Canadian. So I was born in the Laurentians amongst lakes and mountains. And
awful. Must have been terrible.
Fresh air. Well, it was between minus 30 and minus 40 most of winter. So that was really tough.
So complete opposite to where you live now in far North Queensland.
Absolutely. And it was a dream of mine. Initially, I was being reasonable, and I thought I would love to spend 6 months in the warmth and 6 months back home for summer and do this, which our version of grey nomads do from Canada to South America. But I'm here full time now. I'm here to stay.
Cairns stole your heart, as it does
Absolutely.
many others.
Yes.
Yeah, I came here for 6 months 25 years ago. It's one of those places that just steals your heart, like I said, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. It's easy. It's warm. There's heaps to do.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So how many siblings have you got?
One sister and one brother. So I'm the eldest. My sister's a year and a half younger than me, and then my brother's 9 years younger from a different dad as well.
Okay. And what did you like to do when you were growing up in Canada?
I remember just being outside most of the time. So just building forts if it was winter and sliding, lots of skiing because my parents worked on the ski hills. And in summer we lived on a lake. So we just spent the whole summer with the neighbors in the lake. And we used to just walk outside picking berries, and it was just beautiful.
Canada's beautiful. I love Canada.
It's
a beautiful
really
country. So what did you want to be when you grew up?
My earliest memory was I wanted to work in a nursery with babies. So here you have a baby and you keep it with you and then you go home. But what I remember is you used to have a baby and then we'd go to the nursery and the mum would recover for a while. And so it was that beautiful room with a window and everyone would look at all the new babies and the nurses in there. I remember thinking, gosh, they're so lucky. They just hang out with all these cute little babies all the time. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I studied child care in what we call CJEP, which is the equivalent of TAFE that we go through between high school and uni. I started childcare, but I didn't finish because I didn't like dealing with the parents. The kids were fine.
I think a lot of educators watching right now would agree with you. So tell me, how did you get into the coaching industry?
I got coached myself. So my girlfriend was doing her certification with the ICF, and she asked me if I wanted to do free coaching, and I didn't know what she was doing. I didn't know what it was, but she completely changed my perception of life, my confidence. From before that, if you'd tell me what books do you read, what podcasts do you listen to, I would say nothing. Like, I'm not really interested in anything. Self-help was all woo-woo and no meditation. That wasn't for me. And on the other side, I just got curious about all the things I hadn't explored yet. So I wanted to also change career, and I got all this energy to help people. Yeah, so that was my first step into coaching. That's what made me want to do the same thing. And I want to help people like that. This is incredible.
There's some amazing coaches out there, and it is like we have people that teach us things in life. And, if you want to be successful in sport, you need a good coach. So it's the same in life and business. I totally agree. So tell me then, what's been your proudest personal or business achievement, or a bit of both?
So professional achievement, I think this is new to me. I've only been in business for 2 years. I got out of my own way and I started my business. So my proudest achievement so far is that I'm now a resident coach at Wellness Embodied.
Oh, lovely.
So I will be coaching people from there once a week. And that was a dream of mine, to be part of a multidisciplinary team and to complete them with a coach. And personally, it would have to be that aspect of, quitting, being an admin girl in my mind, but also in my life. I completely quit my job 2 months ago and I'm full-time running my business, which is huge. But there's also a portion of me that remembers getting out of depression, and that's a big personal achievement as well.
Yeah. It's a journey.
Yes, it's up and down all the time.
So tell me next, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
It would have to be some flavor of live in the present instead of rehashing the past and worrying about the future. So you plan for the future, but you really make the most out of right now.
Yes.
What you're doing right now, and you're present when you talk to people. And if you're not feeling well, you just ask yourself right now, what can I do to feel better? And you create your future from, a better energy. I don't know it might be a quote about that. Oh, there is one. The past isn't the past, the future. The present is all you got. That's why it's called the present. What is it?
Yeah, the gift.
The gift, yes.
Yes, the gift is the present.
Listeners will be like, what is she saying? I know. It's so popular.
Something like that. So if you could have dinner with 3 people, whether past or present, who would they be and why?
That was the trickiest question.
It's a hard one
to think about. So the first one will have to be Pete. So I lost my partner in a car accident 15 years ago. And I'm at the stage where I understand now, and I accept that it's allowed me to live this life now, but it would be really cool to sit down with him and have dinner. So I have to put him in there. And the next one will have to be Fleur Chambers. She's a meditation teacher, and she's beautiful, and she's in Melbourne. She's alive, so I will sit with her. And the third one is my tricky one. I'm going to say Einstein, because I think it would be such an interesting conversation. We wouldn't understand half of it. But how he brought all the quantum energy into everyday, like where you put your focus right now, this is where the real energy and your energy, this is where it goes, and this is what's going to expand. Yeah, I would love to have that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty challenging,
phenomenal.
But yeah.
So tell me one thing most people don't know about you.
Today is our wedding anniversary, my husband and I. So 11 years ago, we got married, and it was a visa wedding.
Oh.
So we were together. We were a real couple, but we'd only known each other for a few months. But I didn't want to go home, and he didn't want to let me go.
Oh.
So he didn't propose, though it's not a beautiful proposal at all. It was on the phone to our immigration agent, and we had tried so many things, and the de facto didn't work because we hadn't known each other for long enough. And he said, we were on speakerphone, and he said, well, you guys have to get married or you got to go home, and you've only got 5 days to decide because of the delays. So he just looked at me and he went, do you want to? So that was the proposal. But we're still together, and it's going really well. Like
11 years married.
Yes.
Do you want to?
Yeah, it was like, he was on speakerphone, and we just went, yeah, okay. He's like, all right, I'll send the paperwork. It was so sterile. We're like, should we go for lunch? Okay, let's go. I was like, we're getting married.
Has he proposed again since? Probably?
No. Oh. No, he hasn't. We said we would. So we got married within the 30 days, 4 days before my visa expired. And then you go on a bridging visa. But literally after the ceremony, we had an express post envelope all ready to go. Made a copy, put the wedding certificate in, express posted it, and I got the answer on the 24th of April saying, you can stay, you're on a bridging visa.
Oh, wow.
And my suitcase was ready.
Just in
I had
case.
to leave on the 25th.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're still here.
Thank you.
And thanks for making Cairns brighter in the pink. It's been really lovely to get to know you today. So thank you so much for sharing
Bree.
a cup of tea with me. Don't forget, if you'd like to see more episodes, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new episode with a cup of tea with Bree. See you next time.